Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. Today, Blogatog is at it again. Old Rosewater is putting out leaks for Karlov Manor, or Murders at Karlov Manor. Anyway, Murders at Karlov Manor. MKA. MKM? That's Mortal Kombat. Anyway, before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, the comments down below, feed the YouTube algorithm, all that good jazz. Links to the eBay and TCG player stores in the description. Patreon's in there. You can subscribe for free. All that stuff helps support the channels. We got memberships going. Help our brother out. We're on Rumble, don't forget. And always remember to buy your ShamWow. Anyway, so let's get started and talk a little bit what Blogatog has told us about the new set and what it's going to look like when it comes out. So, on his Blogatog post right here, Morrow's teasers for Murders at Karlov Manor. So before we start, before the spoilers officially begin, I thought I would have some fun with my duelist style teasers, so forth and so on. So first up, White gets a card that lets you play a subset off the top of the deck. I'm gonna guess knights or soldiers. Goblins already do it, and goblins are a thing, so I'm gonna guess knights or soldiers. I mean, maybe warriors, but warriors were really only in Tarkir and they haven't come back really since. Knights or warriors subset. New enchantment subtype case. Interesting. That makes me wonder if we're going to see something similar to. Um, well, I mean, I guess it. I mean, they made an artifact land, right? So maybe the enchantment case is kind of like a saga, but we already have sagas that are enchantments. That'll be interesting. Let's see how that goes. It'd be interesting if there were enchantment lands, like the Urza land. That's interesting. A card with 4 different hybrid symbols in its mana cost. Well, that's just not going to be broken by any stretch of the imagination, right? No, of course not. Of course not. A popular mechanic returns tweaked with a new name. So this is something they've been doing forever. I don't know what they want us to even think this could possibly be. So yeah. A green sorcery that you can have any number of in your deck. Oh, great. So we went from black being able to do it to now green can, and blue being able to do it technically. Hmm. It would be so wrong if it was elves. Oh my god. Just elves and more elves. Anyway, keyword mechanic not printed in a premier set since 2008 returns on a single card. I'm going to guess this is probably a mechanic that didn't get reprinted for a reason, and this is probably going to be awful. Just awful. Because they're really at a point where they're trying to get people to buy this stuff and do the big bang for your buck kind of cool stuff thing. That really scares me. A creature that allows you an alternate non-mana cost for all your spells. I mean, didn't we kind of have that already with the Phyrexians? Honestly. But yeah, as usual, free casting. Nothing could possibly go wrong there, right? No, never. Nothing ever goes wrong with free casting. Perfectly fine. Alright, so we move on down the list here. We have a big one. Some creature tokens in the set. Note that some have abilities. 01, 00 Green Ooze, 00 Cuddlestopter are also artifacts. 01 Green Plant, 1/1 Black Bat, 1/1 White Dog, 1/1 Red Goblin, 1/1 White Human. Maybe Human. Human's probably the creature you can play off top of your deck. 1/1 Blue Merfolk, 1/1 White and Black Spirit, 1/1 Cuddlestopter, also artifact. What? Okay, we know what all the tokens are now. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Anyway, and yes, murder is in the set. I mean, that's kind of a given. I'm glad they put it in there because I'm sure at some point we'd realize that murder wasn't in Murder at Karlov Manor. And I'm not going to lie, I would have been upset. So, next we have some rules text that'll be showing up on cards. All this ought to be good. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, if its toughness was less than 1, draw a card. That's interesting. There's a lot of negative counter effects or just negative effects in general that can take creatures to 0, then kill them, They all now become draw card abilities. That sounds like a great card for Commander. Maybe a little bit in Standard and Sealed. I mean, a little bit because we don't know how many -1, -X counters there's going to be in the set. But in Commander, when you can choose from all of them, whoo, daddy. All right, next, choose any number of target players. Well, that tells us nothing. It could be draw cards. It could be deal damage. It could be take their turn. Anyway. Creature cards in your graveyard gain. You may cast this card from your graveyard until end of turn. Okay, so does that mean they're reprinting not through the breach, um, the red breach card that's a red and one, and you got to remove cards from your graveyard. Are we gonna make that? Are we gonna make that archetype better? That'd be great. That's what we need. A text on one that says, then sacrifice it if it has 5 or more bloodstained counters on it. That sounds like an artifact. Or maybe it could be one of those new clue case things. Which would be kind of like a saga, I guess. Not bad. You may search your graveyard, hand, and or library for a card named Magnifying Glass, funny, and or a card named Thinking Cap, and put them onto the battlefield. Thinking. Every time I see something that says Thinking Cap, I think Jester's Cap, and that was something back in the day. Magnifying Glass, that's gonna be funny. We've already seen that once, so it's probably just get a reprint, but still cool. Target opponent gains control of any number of target permanents you control. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason for that. I mean, are we really gonna get like a Illusions of Grandeur kind of gift deck again? I mean, as cool as it would be to see again, I really don't want to play against that. I've had enough of that in my life. All right, moving on. Next here we have target opponent gains control of any number of target permanents you control. I must have put them in there twice. Anyway, if an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So that's going to be really good. With the white cards that put +1/+1 counters on, the white cards let you draw spells for creatures 2 or less entering the battlefield. That's going to be a thing. Probably just for Commander, but there could be something there. As long as there are no cards in your library. That makes me wonder, would they really put Lab Maniac in this set as a reprint? Would they? I mean, they would. But you think they got the cojones to do that? Because you know those decks are going to be everywhere. And that might be something I'm on board with. I'm just saying. I'm just going to put that out there. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a clue token are created instead. I mean, I guess that's one way to say if you create a token and make a clue token. But still, lots of token decks, that might be something good, depending on what's on. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, target opponent gets 2 poison counters on. Ooh, boy. Luckily, that doesn't, we'll say, jive too well with most poison decks, depending on what this is. But if there's a way to make clues, that could be very popular. And let's be fair, 2 poison counters, I mean, you only got to sacrifice 5 clues. That's not rocket science. And in Commander, boy, it'll get ugly quick. Just gonna put that out there. All right. Moving on to the next section, we have creature types, stuff in the creature type line. So these are the creatures that we have. We have creature Vulcan, Artificer, Detective, whatever. Ogre Cleric, that is questionable. Artifact creature Insect Thopter, that's kind of cool. Creature Lamassu, I haven't seen one of those in a while. Probably the last time we seen one of those was Theros, I think. Anyway, creature Weird Detective, i.e. blue-red. Anyway, Goblin Bard, that's something I want to see. A creature Viashino Assassin, man, I ain't seen a Viashino in a while either. Artifact creature Cluefish. It'd only been even funnier if it was a dog. Anyway, creature Elf Crocodile Detective. Boy, are we really stretching it. Legendary creature Mole God. Well, just okay. Finally, here are some names in the set. Oh, this ought to be good. Airtight Alibi. I wanted to say Alibaba, but it's not what it is. Airtight Alibi. Oh, Airtight Alibi. Oh. Okay. I gotcha. Not names of people, names of cards. Got it. I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, but I do color well. Anyway, caught red-handed, deadly cover-up, eliminate the impossible, homicide investigator, innocent bystander, it doesn't add up, person of interest, private eye, scene of the crime, all seems kind of cool. Got really good detective style stuff going on there, so, is what it is. So there you have it, guys. There's Blogatod's little list of things to think about and question yourself on about what may be coming out in Murders at Karlov Manor. Put in the comments down below what you think. Am I right? Are you right? Do you have an idea? What do you think they're going to make? Anything goes, and the funnier the better. Let me tell you what. So, until next time, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you across from the game table. Let's think Beavis and Butthead. Murder. Murder. Murder.